Could this visual data harm someone? Before thinking about repositories, licenses, or metadata, ask yourself one question. Could the publication of this visual data harm someone? An image may reveal a person's identity, expose a sensitive situation, damage a reputation, or be reused in ways the participant never expected. So how can researchers reduce the risk of harm throughout the research lifecycle? In the conceptual phase, start by considering 4 dimensions of participants' well-being: physical, psychological, social, and reputational. Physical harm means actual danger to someone's safety. Psychological harm is about emotional distress. Social harm affects someone's relationships and standing within their community. And reputational harm touches their broader public image. Thus, ask how your visual data may affect individuals and communities across each of these dimensions. Who could be harmed? How could that harm occur? Could it come from the image itself, from the way it is interpreted, or from the way it circulates? For example, a photo of a participant attending a political demonstration may expose them to legal, professional, or social consequences. An image of someone receiving medical treatment may cause psychological distress or reputational harm if it is shared outside the original research context. A photo of a marginalized community may also reinforce stereotypes if it is presented without sufficient context. These questions are especially important when working with vulnerable groups, culturally sensitive material, or changing political and legal environments, since what appears harmless today may become sensitive later. The values and assumptions of guiding these decisions should be recorded in the data management plan. Minimizing harm also requires attention to identifiability and representation. People may be recognizable through much more than their faces. A home, workplace, school uniform, religious object, street sign, or social situation may reveal who someone is or where they can be found. For example, blurring a person's face may not be enough if the image still shows their workplace badge or the distinctive interior of their home. Researchers should therefore consider whether participants can be identified, whether anonymization is appropriate and effective, and how the visual representation respects participants' agency. Minimizing harm also means looking beyond what is immediately visible. Metadata may contain timestamps, location data, or information about the device used to create the file. Visual data may also be traceable across social media platforms or connected to broader digital environments. These details can shape how the material is interpreted, linked, and circulated long after it has been collected. In emotionally demanding or highly sensitive research, researchers should ask whether the visual material should be included at all. How should it be presented? How might it affect participants, researchers, and audiences? During the dissemination and communication phase, minimizing harm should be reviewed again before any visual material is published, shared, or linked to research outputs. Once online, images may be copied, reframed, sensationalized, or used to support harmful narratives. For example, a photograph originally collected to document living conditions may later be reused to shame or stigmatize the people represented. Before publication, check whether the planned communication respects their dignity, safety, and privacy. Review the consent conditions, identifiability, context sensitivity, anonymization choices, and degrees of openness. Publication should never be automatic, even when consent has been obtained. Sometimes the most responsible choice is restricted access, replacing the image with a textual description, adding more contextual information, or choosing not to publish it at all. To learn more about minimizing harm, visit codevis.org.